breaking right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m. Homes damaged. Land scorched. The 4th of July ends with multiple fires igniting across the metro.
I'm Denver 7's Veronica Acosta. Fireworks are believed to be the cause of many of them. The hotspot crews are still working to put out.
New details overnight about the holiday shooting that had families scrambling for their lives.
These are the kinds of injuries that are seen in war.
What we're learning about the man accused of targeting a suburban Chicago 4th of July parade.
And a little later, how long are you driving on empty?
You put it off and put it off. You put it off too long and you end up stranded by the side of the road.
The damage you could cause to your car by leaving the low gas light on for too long.
Plus, Lord Stanley's Cup is on the move. The special appearances the trophy is making across the metro.
Yeah, they dropped it again, by the way.
Oh.
A second time now.
Did they fix the first dent ever?
I think they fixed the first dent, but one fan commented it's going to look like a Chipotle burrito wrapper by the time we have to hand it back. It's going to be so dented.
Crunched up, yeah.
At least they're having fun with it. Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. We're in for another hot day ahead. Temperatures in the 90s. Definitely feeling like the middle of summer, Katie.
It sure is. A bit above average in terms of our highs we're expecting today than we usually see this time in July, but we'll cool back to the 80s for tomorrow in Denver. This morning, though, it is a beautiful start to our morning. Partly cloudy skies, Rocky Mountain National Park, Longs Peak looking very majestic. We'll stay under a partly cloudy sky with increasing cloud coverage as we go through the rest of the day. Outside right now, we're in the low 60s from Lakewood into downtown, up through Boulder and Broomfield, 40s and 50s to start our morning into the mountains. Here's a look at our metro hourly planner. We'll hover in the high 60s until 7 a.m. and then we'll climb to the 80s by 10. So warming up very quickly for today. Daytime highs reaching the low 90s by 3 o'clock. So partly to mostly cloudy skies, dry conditions through midday. We'll start to pick up a few showers and thunderstorms across the mountains, spreading east over the plains right around 3 to 6 p.m. You can see down near Parker and Aurora, chance for a few showers. Risk of any severe weather is low, but we could be seeing some very gusty winds and pockets of heavier rainfall out into the mountains. Better possibility tomorrow here in Denver, seeing more thunderstorms. Jason will talk you through it coming up.
And overall better than average. Maybe everybody's getting a late start right now, or there's still some folks that are taking the holiday a little bit longer, taking some more time off. This is 270. It's better than average on that eastbound side, passing the refinery right now. We'll get back to the drive times in just a second. Take a look at the overall map. We do have a crash up on Highway 34, just outside of Kersey, going up to Greeley. It's closed down. Unfortunately, we had a double fatal crash up there early this morning. We also have a closure after a tanker truck hit the rock wall up on Highway 119, getting up to Blackhawk. So take a look from the camera up there, and they have it shut down right now, but some of the delivery trucks can't get through. Some of the casino buses have had to shimmy their way back over to Highway 6, and you'll use I-70 Clear Creek Canyon or to Central City Parkway to get around that. But the rest of the drive looks just fine. No other big issues, and we're just starting to build that traffic around town right now.
Well, we know you probably heard or saw some illegal fireworks going off in your neighborhood overnight, and that created a tough night for fire crews.
Had a lot of people on edge, and it's just too dry out there to take the risk. Fireworks are believed to have started several home and grass fires across the metro yesterday. We mapped out all the places that we know firefighters had to respond. There were likely many more in the metro area. Our Veronica Acosta is in East Aurora, where crews were out late monitoring some hot spots very near homes.
And now that it's a little bit lighter outside, we're getting a better look at the impact that this fire had in this specific neighborhood here in Aurora. You see here behind me just how close that fire burned to some of these homes. And then if we just tilt down a little bit, you can see just how much of an area the fire actually burned at this park here. This is Springs Creek Park. You just see that grassland completely charred there. We also have some video here for you from last night. Again, you can see how close to fire those flames were to homes, how big they were as well. Something else you see in that video is those fireworks still very much going off in the background there. This is while fire crews are trying so hard to actually knock the fire down as it was burning. For a brief moment, some residents in the area, they were evacuated. They were soon allowed back into their homes, though, once fire crews had a pretty good handle on the fire itself. Meantime, witnesses said they actually did see some fireworks sparking up in this park, Springs Creek Park again. That was right before that actual fire erupted. So the good news this morning is that no one was injured because of this fire and no structures were lost. But again, fire crews just saying those fireworks really dampened the day for them yesterday. We're in Aurora this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Of course, yeah, how could it not? Thank you, Veronica. Well, how could this happen again? A horrific scene after a deadly mass shooting at a 4th of July parade north of Chicago yesterday. You can see coolers and lawn chairs and bikes left in the parade path from families running for their lives. It was a chaotic scene. A suspect is in custody this morning, accused of killing 6 people and injuring dozens of others. CNN's Mike Valerio is in Highland Park, Illinois with the latest.
Well, good morning from Highland Park, where even at this early morning hour, outside of the crime scene perimeter, we can still see dozens of chairs, beach volleyballs, cups, American flags littering the sidewalk, showing how quickly people ran for their lives as bullets rained down from above.
After an intense hours-long manhunt, police caught and arrested the suspect behind a July 4th mass shooting in Illinois.
His name is Robert Bobby E. Crimo. Crimo III. He is 22 years of age.
Several people were killed and more than 24 injured at a community parade in Highland Park, Illinois, about 25 miles north of Chicago. The popular event featured floats, marching bands, and a children's bike and pet parade.
It was very early in the parade, so the fire trucks and the ambulance, the beginning of the parade had gone by, and then the more open floats were coming by, and then we all heard like a pop, 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 and I think everybody just thought, oh, maybe there's something with the float.
Witnesses described parents and children sprinting for safety, leaving chairs and strollers behind as the realization set in that something terrible was happening.
Everyone thought it was fireworks. Everyone's like, oh, fireworks. And I was like, something's wrong. I grabbed my dad and started running.
Authorities believe the suspect shot randomly and indiscriminately into the crowd using a high-power rifle from the roof of a business he was able to access via an unsecured ladder. He's believed to have acted alone.
It broke the peace here, and it was a wonderful celebration of our 246th, I believe, year of existence in the United States, and all we seem to be doing is surrounded by violence.
And just before the sun came up here, we learned the first identity of the 6 victims. Jackie Sundheim, no age given as of yet, but she was described by her synagogue as a lifelong member of the congregation on the North Shore in Glencoe, just a couple miles away from here. She started out as a preschool teacher. The hardest part of the days ahead will be learning the names and the stories of the remaining 5 victims. That's the latest here in Highland Park. I'm Mike Valerio. Back to you.
Yeah. And as the country looks for ways to prevent mass shootings, Boulder County will introduce a number of new gun control measures today. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us with the changes leaders there want to see, all because of this string of mass shootings.
Yeah, we're halfway through the year and we've already seen more than 300 mass shootings across the country. Boulder County leaders are taking steps to pass stricter gun laws. So far, Boulder, Superior, and Louisville have passed new gun laws recently. Today, Boulder County commissioners will introduce 5 new ordinances. Let's break down what those are for you. They are banning the sale of assault weapons, creating a waiting period to purchase a gun, banning possession of ghost guns, which are often bought online and they're untraceable, and creating an age restriction to purchase a gun, and adding restrictions on where people can carry firearms in public areas. State lawmakers passed new rules this year, allowing municipalities to create their own local gun laws. These ordinances will be discussed during that meeting tonight at the Boulder County Commissioners meeting tonight, and the opportunity for public comment, that'll happen at the next meeting on August 2nd. Live this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. As you alluded to, several Front Range cities have recently passed some new gun measures, including the cities of Boulder, Superior, and Lafayette. You can read their rules right now on thedenverchannel.com.
It is 6:09. Happy Tuesday to you. We're seeing temperatures right now in the 60s. It's going to warm up quickly by 9 o'clock, 77 degrees, mid-80s by 11. We're back to the 90s this afternoon. We do have the possibility of some storms and showers popping up later on. I'll take you through the full forecast still to come.
And we still have a lot of construction scheduled for this week, even though it was on hold for the holiday weekend. This week, Thursday, Friday, we're going to see lane shifting onto new concrete up to the north. This is I-25 up near Berthoud, Highway 56. We are going to have some lane shifting happening the rest of this week. So do be prepared for a different way you drive up there to the north as we continue that North End project.
The White House turns its attention to reproductive rights. A look at some of the actions President Biden could take as early as this week.
Also, the city of Denver is trying once again to bring more diversity to the marijuana industry after the first push fell flat. Plus, the Stanley Cup continues its trek across Colorado, the latest stops in the Avs Victory Tour. And before we head to break, we want to share some of the firework pictures that you posted to the Discover Colorado Through Your Photos Facebook page. Some of the big and beautiful celebrations. Garden of the Gods there. This was all the way from Colorado Springs to Loveland to Thornton. The night sky was lit in bright colors last night. If you want to share your 4th of July photos with us, just join the Facebook page at facebook.com/group/RCO.